Well, welcome to the Montgomery County Commission meeting. This is June 2nd, 1:30. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Dodge?
Here.
Commissioner Rice?
Here.
Commissioner Lieberman?
Here.
Commissioner Lieberman is not able to join us today, but she is here on the phone and she will be able to participate. Okay. With that, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get started, I have a proclamation here. We have been asked to join a group in a moment of silence as part of the National Day of Mourning. It was organized by the faith and community leaders across the country. And whereas the coronavirus that causes COVID-19 entered our community in January of 2020 and has since been reported in 213 countries and territories across the world. And whereas in the last week of May 2020, the United States surpassed the grim milestone of over 100,000 deaths caused by COVID-19. And whereas we join in solidarity with first responders, healthcare workers, grieving family members and loved ones, and Americans from all walks of life to recognize those in our communities who continue to fight to keep us all safe. And today we observe a day of mourning to honor and remember those who have lost their lives to COVID-19 and move forward more united as a community to address the challenges that we all face. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Montgomery County, Ohio, does hereby recognize the first day of June 2020 as the National Day of Mourning and Lament for the Lives Lost of COVID-19. Signed by myself, Judy Dodge, Debbie Lieberman, and Carolyn Rice. Thank you. All right, first up, County Engineer.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, Administrator, ladies and gentlemen. We have three resolutions for your approval today. First is Resolution 2622 to submit an application to participate in the County Local Bridge Program for the Shank Road Bridge Reconstruction Project in the City of Moraine. 623 is to amend the agreement with Brembaugh Construction, Inc. for the Decant Road and Wolf Creek Pike Bridge Reconstruction projects in Jackson and Perry Townships, adding $5,471.32 to the original amount for a revised total of $728,564.32. And 624 is to set the date of June 23rd, 2020 for the viewing and June 30th, 2020 for the hearing on the Philadelphia Drive Culvert Rehabilitation Project in Harrison Township.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
County Sheriff.
Thank you, Commissioners. Under the County Sheriff, we have authorization grant applications to the Ohio Department of Public Safety, Ohio Traffic Safety Office, Resolution 625, Drugged Driving Enforcement Program, Resolution 626, High Visibility Enforcement Overtime Program.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Clerk of Courts.
Under the Clerk of Courts, we have Resolution 627, authorizing an agreement with the Office of Ohio Attorney General to provide for collection of delinquent accounts receivables, fines, court costs, and judgments and other debts.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Monday Community Correctional Institution.
Under Monday Community Correctional Institution, we have submit grant applications to the Ohio Office of Criminal Justice Services for funds made available under various programs. Resolution 628, 2020 Coronavirus Emergency Supplemental Funding Program in an amount not to exceed $308,448.98. And Resolution 629, Residential Substance Abuse Treatment Program in an amount not to exceed $179,157.07.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
County Administrator.
Thank you, Commissioners. Under the County Administrator, under the Clerk's Office, we have approval of the minutes of the meetings on May 19th, 2020, Resolution 630, approval of bills, and Resolution 631, approval of travel and expenses. Both of those lists are available in the Clerk's Office.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Administrative Services. Tyler?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Good afternoon, Commissioners. It's good to be back in the hot seat. Under Administrative Services, Resolution 632 is the approval of personnel actions. This list is available in the clerk's office. 633 selects the bid and authorizes an agreement with Access Flooring Specialist, LLC, for the administration building raised flooring project at their sole bid of $67,311 through December 31st of 2020. 634 amends the agreement with Alert Media Incorporated for the purchase of additional lightning port tethers for the Children's Services Division in an amount not to exceed $2,100. 635 authorizes a price agreement with Neenah Foundry Company for manhole lids and rings for the Environmental Services Department through April 30th, 2022, with options to extend. 636 extends the date of award to July 17th, 2020, with Security 101 Ohio LLC, security contractor, for the core security improvements project at their lowest and best bid of $826,015.94. 637 accepts a grant from the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services for Responsible Fatherhood Month in the amount of $3,500. The next three resolutions authorize purchases through an Ohio Department of Transportation contract from Stoops Freightliner Dayton for the Environmental Services Department. The first is 638 for one 2021 Freightliner 4x2 single axle conventional chassis dump truck in an amount not to exceed $124,920. The next one is 639 for one 2021 Freightliner 6x4 single axle conventional chassis dump truck in an amount not to exceed $136,176. And last is 640 for three 2021 Freightliner tandem axle conventional chassis CNG semi-tractor trailer trucks in an amount not to exceed $549,345. The next two resolutions authorize purchases. The first is 641 for a mobile tactical robot from Superdroid Robots Incorporated for the Office of Emergency Management at their lowest and best bid of $58,359.06. And 642 is for one 2020 Ford F550 dump truck from Cincy Autos Incorporated, doing business as Lebanon Ford for the Environmental Services Department in an amount not to exceed $61,750. The last two resolutions solicit bids. The first is 643 for the Coroner Crime Lab new X-ray equipment installation project at an estimated cost not to exceed $265,300. And last is 644 for commingled recycling services for the Environmental Services Department Solid Waste Group.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Environmental Services.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
We'll be taking that interim off your name, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm honored to be selected. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm very excited. We have Resolution 645, authorize an agreement with HDR Engineering, Inc. for the consultant services for the tipping floor resurfacing 2020 project at a cost not to exceed $48,000 through June 30th, 2021. Resolution 646, accept the 20% letter of credit for the Downing Farm development in the amount of $68,249.40. Resolution 647, accept the 20% maintenance bond for the Vienna Parkway water main relocation development in the amount of $98,946.31. The next three are to accept the subdividers contracts. Resolution 648, Vienna Parkway water main relocation development. Resolution 649, Wright Landing Section 1 development. And Resolution 650, Trilogy Senior Care Facility water main development.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Human Services. Tom Kelly, come on up.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
So under Human Services, under Human Services Planning and Development, Resolution 651 will extend the fiscal year 17 Continuum of Care Planning Grant from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development through March 31st, 2021. 652 will authorize a memorandum of understanding with Child Focus Incorporated for early childhood consultation and therapeutic services on behalf of the Family and Children First Council. 653 will amend the agreement with Good Neighbor House to include food pantry emergency relief services, and by adding $30,000 to the original amount for a revised total not to exceed $130,000 through June 30th of 2020. Then under the Department of Job and Family Services, 654 will authorize an agreement with Global Orphan Project doing business as Care Portal for the Care Portal platform implementation in an amount not to exceed $10,000 through May 31st, 2021. 655 will authorize an agreement to provide eligibility referral and support services to Kettering Adventist Healthcare doing business as Kettering Health Network with funding reimbursement in actual amounts of 50% of expenses incurred for salaries, fringe benefits, and other costs through December 31st, 2020. 656 will authorize a memorandum of understanding with Connect for support of the 30-Day to Family program through June 30th, 2021. And 657 will amend the grant agreement with the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services for the Child Support Enforcement Agency's Access Visitation Program by increasing the amount by $50,400 to a revised total not to exceed $98,400. And we also have a list of substitute care agreements for services through March 31st of 2020. Those are 658 with Adriel School Incorporated, 659 with Angels Guarding Youth Services Incorporated, 660 with Beach Acres, 661 Beachbrook, 662 Boys to Men Transitional Home Incorporated, 663 Choices Incorporated, 664 Dimensional Phases Group Home, 665 Dante's Peak, 666 Foundations for Living, 667 Gateway to Success, 668 George Junior Republican, Pennsylvania, 669 Heart at Hearth, 670 Isaiah's Place Incorporated, 671 Lighthouse Youth Services, 672 National Youth Advocate Program, 673 New Alternative to Living, 674 Ohio Guidestone, 675 Quality Care Residential Homes, 676 Quality Time with Wisdom Group Home, 677 Returns Incorporated, 678 Reichmeyer Therapeutic Home, 679 Robbins House, 680 Safe House Ministries doing business as Safe House Residential Services, 681 the Attaboy Group Project, and 682 Unified Dwelling Incorporated.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Business Services, Mr. Chris Williams. Step on up.
Thank you, Commissioners. We only have two resolutions from Community and Economic Development for consideration. First one is 20-0683, authorizing Economic Development Government Equity Edge Program participation agreements between various local governments, and 20-0684, published a notice of public hearing on housing and community development needs for Montgomery County FY 2020 Action Plan for the proposed substantial amendment to the FY 2019 Action Plan and the amendment to the Citizen Participation Plan.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Under County Commissioners, 20-0685, appoint Verb Washington to serve on the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Adamus Board for a 4-year term ending June 1st, 2024.
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Comments by County Administrator?
Thank you, Commissioners. I have two comments. The first, I was disheartened and I was very disturbed, both personally and professionally, Commissioners, by the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis. And as an African-American male, I mentioned this morning to you all, my father used to tell all of the boys the warnings of how to engage in public and how you have to engage with law enforcement. And if you fast forward now, years later, we still have these same things going on. And so I would say it is important for us as leaders, and I'm thankful that we have a commission that feels the same, that we do not let George Floyd's death be in vain. And as a community, that we move the conversation forward so that we can make people feel safe again in their communities. At the end of the day, we support peaceful protest, and people do not feel safe. And if they don't feel safe, then they are going to be hurt, and they're going to be angry. So I want to thank our emergency management team, and I want to thank our sheriff and his team. I think they did a great job working long hours through the weekend and spending a great deal of time to ensure that we had peaceful protests throughout our county. A lot of the men and women of the sheriff and the emergency management team did not go home and were up for quite a bit of time. And I know, Paul, some of your team might have been involved in this as far as road blockades or things, but I just want to say thank you to them. And as a community, we have to continue to lead on doing and continuing this dialogue and moving this ball forward. So as you said, Commissioner Rice this morning, Commissioner Dodge, we do think about things like food equity, and we do think about things like opportunity for all of our communities. And we think about things like having affordable housing. These are the type of things, along with working with law enforcement, and I know our sheriff will take the lead on this, that will allow people to feel like they have the same things in all neighborhoods. People in Northwest Dayton and people in Centerville and people in Washington Township should have an opportunity to have the same things. And on another side, I would like to also congratulate, Matt, if you could stand up, our new Director of Environmental Services. We are extremely blessed to have Matt, his leadership, to join our executive team. And for the last few months, Commissioners, Matt has been leading environmental services in an interim role, and he has done a fantastic job of guiding us, solid waste, water and sewer, through the COVID process and getting us to where we're at. So we welcome Matt to the executive leadership team, and we're thankful that he has stepped into this new role with his many years. And so, Matt, thank you, and thanks for taking on the task. That's all I have, Commissioners.
Okay, I was just going to say, Matt has been here for several years, I think, and he's been in so many different departments at Environmental Services, IT, customer service, strategic planning. So I think you've got a well-rounded resume, so we couldn't be more pleased that you've joined us now as the director. So welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
And I would chime in on that. Yesterday we had the good fortune to have a long conversation about the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead. And I thank you for making time, but we are here to support you and believe you will provide strong leadership for that organization. Our entire county is going through a lot of challenges, and your department is no different. But with good leaders like you, I know that we will all get to the other side. So we really look forward to working with you for the good of all the community. So good luck, congratulations, and we believe in you.
I'll just add, Matt, congratulations. We're really looking forward to having you part of our executive team, and we know that you'll make us proud. And I just want to add on to what Michael said about not only our what we all saw, the murder we all saw last Monday, and the way our whole country and even the world has reacted. I think we have a real opportunity to continue this conversation. I understand that our things got out of control, as we know, but I don't, from everything I've seen, I don't know that it was really the peaceful protesters that were doing that. So our country's in a really, really bad place right now, as we all know. And so I think if we can have calm leadership and truly continue what we at the county, our mission and our belief in equality for everyone and equity for everyone, I think our voices can be heard. So, Michael, thanks for your leadership, and thanks for what our team reacting and opening the emergency management center. It's probably not over, but I think if we just continue to understand and support each other, and really love each other, I think that's the key. So, thanks everybody for all you do. And that's it for me.
Well, I would just add that we talked about this morning. I agree with everything that Michael said about the good work we do to tackle these issues, but obviously we have much, much more to do. I know I take it very personally that we have much to do, and I commit to our citizens that we will find a way to continue the good work we do. But I don't want this to just be nice things we say and then everything goes back. I think we're all in this, and I think every person in our community has a part to play. And a lot of it is collaboration and communication and understanding and love, like Debbie said. But I pledge to you all that I know I will, and this commission will work very hard to not just deliver empty words, but real investments in changing it. This is I think we all agree, this is for our children and our grandchildren. It is time. Enough is enough. And I absolutely mean it, and I know we all absolutely mean it, that we are going to move it forward somehow, some way. And we join. I thank the sheriff and all of his officers, but it's not just them. This is all of us, the community. So my heart is sad today for where we are, but my heart is also hopeful and optimistic that when each of us owns the responsibility we have to this, we can make such a difference. We start here in our community. And that is the pledge I make to all of you, that I will work very hard to find a way to provide the leadership and the support for a better tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I lived through the protests and actually some things done in the 60s. And I, at the time I was young, I had optimism and probably rose-colored glasses to think that by the time it got to 2020 that it would all be behind us, but obviously that's not true. It's a continuing problem, and there needs to be action now. So, and regarding Matt, one engineer to another, congratulations, and hope to continue our good working relationship between our two departments.
Okay, good. Thank you, everybody, and I appreciate everybody's comments, and I agree with everything that our county administrator said, as well as our commissioners. And I do have to give a shout out though to our sheriff, Rob Streck. He stepped up along with his deputies, and we couldn't have done it without him, and as well as the emergency management staff and just our staff and Paul and everything. We stepped out there, and I agree that we all have a right to protest, no question about it, but do it peacefully. And It's just a tragic time here, and I know that we're all just sick about what happened with George Floyd. It was just disgustingly sickening is what it was. Awful, awful. So, our next meeting is down here on June 9th, right here at 1:30.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And we're going to prepare for